Hey! So, as of right now, when I'm recording this, I'm currently still doing my college midterms. And the campaign is also on a small little hiatus, 2 week hiatus. So the DM can think of more ideas, because why not? So, I'm gonna be summarizing session 26 to session 28. Alright, it's another summary, baby! Let's speed run this! Alright, session 26. We leave the bakery, we head back to Sarah's house with the fact that Granddad just told us to look out for unforeseen consequences, right? But meanwhile that happened, we're now down one party member because Neilbog decided to take care of, which is so fucking fun, right? But anyways, we go to Sarah's place, we eat, we have fun, we feast. We also learn that there's a moon festival happening the next day because they praise Saloon, thanking her for the blessings and whatnot. And we have that to look forward to now. So, we take a long rest, the next day comes by, and we finally can talk to the nobles. And we find this very broken man called Carter Godfrey. He is our newest NPC. He is very exhausted because he has apparently gotten many parties telling him, "We will find your child, we will do this, we will help." And they just end up lying because they want to get something out of it. So he is very tired and doesn't want to hear us out. But Jared convinces him to hear us out. And we learn more information. His son is named Hugh. He's 7 years old, was lost during one of the Great Moon celebrations. Guards apparently lost a kid. Like, they just lost him. His son wants his mother back. But his mom is a bitch. We're just not gonna get into that. But his mom is a bitch. That means that every child that goes missing always wants something. That means the next child to go missing is Falor. He misses his father. He's next. So the party leaves. Jared has his plan to disguise himself as a child, considering he's a changeling. And Lorelai doesn't like that, because it's a bad idea, and you could die. So we didn't do that. Instead, we waited for the Great Moon celebration. And it was quite peaceful. But then, everyone fell into a trance. The Feywild music started to play. And Lorelai and Jared were the only ones who weren't in a trance. Why? Granddad's bracelets. Granddad was onto something. He knew something was off, and these bracelets helped. But then, they noticed someone missing. But it wasn't Falor. It was Falorna! Falor was just a red herring the entire time! Come on! But anyways, Jared and Lorelai go into the woods looking for Falorna, following her and following the music, only to arrive at a cemetery, and they are greeted with a Bone King. That shit's scary, man! But it didn't feel malicious. It didn't feel evil. There wasn't any bad vibe around it. The king greeted us and told us that we were here just in time for the royal ball. Other skeletal remains rise up from the graves, and they seem to be noblemen and noblewomen, some children, and even a cat. And a royal ball began. It was relatively sweet. It was really fun. So nice. Nothing could ever go wrong. But then, once Jared noticed the kids, something was off about them. One of them was a small boy, height of a 4-year-old, wearing a crown, running around freely. A 7-year-old boy sitting on a gravestone with a parental figure. And another one standing right in front of him, holding a sword, standing high and mighty. These were the missing kids. Bone King had killed them, or so we thought. And then we realized what was really happening. Lorna was going to become one of them if we didn't do anything to stop it. And oh my god! Bone King didn't realize he was doing anything wrong. Just wanted to help. Told us that he wanted the kids to not live with fear, to live without hunger, to be happy, and didn't realize that he was causing pain to the families. He didn't know that he was doing something wrong, and Jared told him the hard, cold truth. In order to live, you need to feel pain, because a life without pain isn't a life at all. So the Bone King let Lorna go. Thus, everything. How he became the King of Forevermore. Long ago, there was a man who was seeking his lost friends and family again, striking a deal with one of the Fae. He was able to ascend to help others with their own wants, needs, and more. Only the most desperate can seek him out. Only children can. The King of Forevermore. And then told us to take the kids, take their remains to a high priestess in Barlandale. She can resurrect them. She can bring them back. Then he laid in his coffin, gave Jared his crown and said, ready to see them. After that, we went back home. We went back, brought Lorna to Sarah. Sarah completely mad at us for taking her, but understood what had happened. And then the party took a nice long rest. We finally give the updates to Granddad, Servine, and Carter. After that, we then go back to the captain. We talked to her, talked to Cole for a little because I missed my man. And then the party goes to tell the mayor what had happened. We get back the money that we got robbed of earlier, and we got free housing and free boating. Great rewards, so great. We see the house. It's a 2-story house. It's so good. But Lorelai and Jared have a small moment upstairs, and Carol and Kurt have their own moment downstairs. After that, the party then heads off to Sarah, because now they have to say goodbye to Boatwright and return to Sangal with the news that they found the kids and get the rewards from Eleanor. Sarah offers to ride us in her caravan along with 4 Silver Company soldiers, and so we make our way. It's getting dark, and the guards are asking very controversial questions to Kurt, and everyone's ready to beat them up. But that doesn't matter, because we got ambushed! We got ambushed by hobgoblins riding wargs, and sweet merciful Christ, was it intense! We had to protect Sarah, we had to protect the caravan, and one of the hobgoblins snuck up behind Jared and tried throwing a net at him. But then Sarah got in the way, and she's in the net. And the hobgoblins were going to leave because all they needed was a hostage. But we weren't going down without a fight. Jared held onto that net with his dear life until Hobgoblin picked him up, pulled him by his hair, and stabbed him. Jared was down. Jared! We fought hard, but most of them left, except for one. And the other Civil Company guards? 3 of them left because they were just there to protect the caravan. Lorelai persuaded one of them to stay and fight. Now we had a big pickle. We had to interview this hobgoblin and also figure out how the fuck we're supposed to fucking figure this out. We start interrogating the hobgoblin, and according to him, they needed a hostage to a ritual to keep the old one dead. They're heading to where the Iron Shadow were going to go. And it was a castle, right by a lake. And we need to stop them, because along the way, it also leads us to the Hobgoblin Captain. We had no time to waste. We sent a message to Eleanor, telling her what had happened. We found an old shack. Everyone slept in, bonded. We got a response back from Eleanor, telling us to meet by the lake and to get ready for an ambush. And we were ready for that ambush. So ready. We wake up. The guard leaves in the morning to meet up with the others. And we make our way to the lake to find a boat that Neilbog had blessed us with, so we can continue our travels. We make it up to the castle. And it was time to fight. The party makes their way through, fighting goblins and hobgoblins left and right. Blood, tears, sweat were shed until they reached the room where the captain was in. And God, was it a terrifying fight. It was him, 2 guards, and a caster. Fucking casters. Jared killed the caster. Carol and Kerr were trying to kill the captain. Lorelei struck the captain, but then was immediately knocked down. My boy was knocked down! That is the first time he nearly died! Things were not going well, up until the end, where we finally killed them, and got keys to the room where Sarah would be. But then Neilbog comes in, and tells us that he could switch up the game. That he was to have a piece of the cake. And he takes Kerr away from us. He took away our tank. We needed him. He was one of the main reasons why we even survived this long. We were on half health, some of us on low health, and we had to save Sarah from the ritual. We make our way inside the ritual room to find a cleric and 2 fucking casters! God damn it! And the fight was intense. Lorelei was knocked down again. Jared was knocked down, healed, but we killed them. And it was time to save Sarah. But then something was wrong. An explosion came from behind us. The wall revealed an army of goblinoids. We were outnumbered. But then Kerr was brought back. But he wasn't inside. He was outside. And we were terrified. We thought he was going to die. But something much worse happened. The Warlord himself, Urku, appeared right before him. "Dog," he said. "I know you, dog. You killed her. You gave them to them. She was kind. She was nice. And you killed her." Kerr had done something he didn't mean to do. Urku was furious to see him again. Urku did not hesitate to knock him down, to whip him again and again and again, to hurt him until he was close to death. Urku was ready to kill him, and Carol didn't want that. She did not want to lose her love. And she was giving an ultimatum by her patron Orcus. Kill Sarah and save Kerr. After all, what's the name of us if you don't? Carol had no choice.
Carol?
Carol?
Carol, wait, what are you doing?
Carol, please.
Carol?
Talk about this.
Carol, wait, put
Carol,
that down.
Please.
Carol! Carol, please!
Carol,
Carol!
Please, you can talk about
Sarah,
this.
what are you doing?
Please, I know
Carol,
this is
stop
in your
it!
heart.
Carol,
Please, you don't have to do this.
Jared, do something!
Please.
Carol!
Don't orphan my
Carol,
children.
please!
You have
Put
to
it
help
down!
me.
What are you
Please,
doing?
Carol, please.
Carol!
You don't have to do this.
No, Carol! Carol!
We ran as fast as we could. We held onto Kerr. We held onto each other. We were running for survival. Urku had escaped, the horde of the undead, killing every goblinoid alike. Eleanor ambushed with her guards and fought hard, and we were outside. Kerr now a broken man, his face revealed. Lorelei feeling conflicted, hurt, betrayed, and terrified. Jared not knowing what to do, was silent. Carol comforting Kerr in her arms, knowing what had to be done. Carol knew the consequences. Carol knew that if she had made a deal with him again, she would have to listen. She now had to make her own enclave. She had to make up for what she had done before.